easy for Manchester United by 4-0. There's always that, were they that good or were Norwich that bad? They were good, but Norwich weren't very good.
Correct.
Okay.
What else
That's fair. That's fair. Right. The last 15 goals in the Premier League, either scored by Rashford, who got 2, Martial, who got 1, and Greenwood, who got 1. Does that mean they don't need another striker? Have they got enough just now?
I would suggest they need another one.
Okay.
You can't rely on Martial, number one, week in and week out when he's playing, and you can't rely on him week in and week out to be fit. So, listen, Fergie always had 4 strikers, 4 good strikers, and I would certainly say that what they have right now is getting it done. No question, they've got quality, and if you can create chances for them, the players you spoke about, then they can score goals. So really, that is not their biggest headache, but yes, if something was available that made sense, absolutely they should add.
How do they go about getting consistency? I want to take a look at their last 6 results. Okay, they had a good win today. They've won at Burnley and beaten Newcastle, but they lost others. How do you get that consistency for United?
You know, I guess sometimes it feels like it's too easy to say it's personnel, but quite frankly, it doesn't. There's no other reason for it. You know, particularly in the middle of the park. What they've got in the middle of the park is average, and when you're average, the reason you're average generally is not because you don't have ability, but it's because you can't produce it week in and week out. The best players do it week in, week out. I'm not saying Fred, for example, doesn't have any quality. He does, but it disappears too often. You don't see enough of it. Pereira's the same. He has quality, but you don't see enough of it. So when you're supposed to be Man United, you're supposed to be this great club. You're supposed to be this team that's challenging for the biggest and best prizes. Your personnel has to have that type of quality where they can produce it consistently, not on occasion. And too many players at Manchester United do it on occasion.
The 2 in front of the back 4 in a 4-2-3-1. Pogba's hurt. He can play further forward. McTominay's hurt. Is there someone out there you think Man United should be going for, having just said about their midfield and maybe not strong enough?
Hold on a second. Right now, Manchester United are not in the market for a recognised name, because a recognised name right now is not going to Manchester United. The only recognised name they have in that position that you're talking about is Paul Pogba, and he wants out the building. So I would suggest that the way that Man United are trying to build a side, going through young players and youth coming through, to me that's how they're going to do it, because right now you ain't getting a recognised central midfielder who can do both sides of the ball, but who is real quality.
But if they can pay top dollar because they're not going to be in the Champions League, does that change things?
No. There's hosts of other teams that can pay top dollar as well. So when it comes down to what's on the field of play and not the money, Man United are way behind the rest right at this moment in time.
Just finally, Luke Shaw was ill in the build-up and then hurt his hammy, so he was pulled off the bench. Young Williams at left back looks decent. He's missed a sitter, but there's something about him I like. You?
Yes, I like his general play. He's still young, he's still learning. And because of that, he lacks a little bit of experience when he's making challenges. He's a little rash right now when in his decision making when he should go and go for it and when he should back off. That's experience.
Were you that way when you first broke into the Liverpool side as a youngster? A lot of ability but lacking that experience. How did you get better?
Well, you play. The more he plays, the more decisions he has to make, and then it becomes a natural thing. You know, there'll be keys, you know, depending on who you're playing, how far away from them you are, or how close you are. Those are the keys that eventually work their way into your mind and into your football brain, and that comes by playing, and it comes with experience, which obviously he's gaining right at this minute in time.
Norwich are in trouble, aren't they?
Oh, why?
Big stuff. 4-0 they lost at Old Trafford to Manchester United.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.